Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. As usual, good everything, depending on where you are. So here is the guided lab for Module 7, and I must say this one we're just going to breeze through it because it's very fast and we don't really have so much things to do. Before we start, it is very important that I remind you that I am a guide, not a guru. So let's get to it. I already opened the console. I've started my lab. And what we want to do here is we want to create a peering connection between two different VPCs in the same account this time and same region anyways. So what we currently have is that okay, I'm not going to use this one. Yes, this one. So we have this application server in this VPC in a public subnet, and we have this MySQL instance in a private subnet in another VPC, but in the same account anyways. So we want to create a connection between them so that this application server is able to use this database in the other VPC. So let's get to work. The very first thing we want to do here is, okay, we want to create a VPC peering connection. We want to read this to, understand again what VPC peering connection is, but I have told you already, just use it to connect to VPC. Simple. That's the summary, but of course, I'm expecting that you would have gone through it in English. Okay, too much talk. So here it says, okay, let me take this out so that we're going to have them side by side. Corporates now, corporates. Very, very silly something. So we'll go to VPC. Here's VPC here. Wow, I don't have VPC outside. So we'll do VPC and good, yeah. Okay, now it says we should look for peering connections in the left navigation pane. So here it is peering connections, and then want to create a peering connection. So the name is gonna be LAB-PEER. Is that it? Yes, lab peer. And then the requester is going to be the lab VPC. And then you leave every other thing because the VPC is in this account and it is in this region. So the requester is going to be the shared VPC. And that's it. You're done with create peering connection. And then blah, 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 all of these ones. Okay, we are done with this. Now it says select lab here, this. You don't even need to do all of those because it is still inside the lab here now. So simply come to actions and then say accept request because you've got to accept that request. It is when you do Bluetooth connections. So just click on accept request and then that is it. The great thing is you want to configure the route tables and you even already have it here. So instead of coming to route tables on this side, just do modify my route tables now. And beautiful something. So now we are going to select the lab, lab public route table. So this is the route table for lab VPC, the public one. Come down here, edit routes. You want to edit the route appropriately. And so this is the configuration that we're going to be using. You're going to say add route here. And then the destination is going to be 10.5.0.0/16. And the target is going to be you're going to select peering connection, and then you're going to select this lab peer, and then you save changes. So you configure the reverse flow. So we're going to select we'll go back to route tables here, and then we are going to select the shared VPC route table. Here is the guy, and we're going to edit routes. So what do we want to do? We add route. Here is the configuration. The destination is going to be 10.0.0.0/16. And then we're going to come down to targets, same to same, peering connection. And then we're going to choose the same one, lab peer, and we are going to save changes. So now we want to test that this VPC peering is working. So we go to EC2, peer, EC2. And so we choose instances. Choose instances anywhere you like. You can choose it here. You can choose the one that shows here. And then we want to copy the IP4 address of the application server. So I'm going to click on the app server here, and they'll copy the public IP4 address. So the next thing we want to do is we want to open a web browser and paste this. Now, let me quickly address this common error that people make. You are going to be tempted to do open address here, and it is not going to answer you. Why? Because when you do this, it is going to be using HTTPS instead of HTTP. So you can see it's loading. When it starts to load this way, you can be sure that it's not going to work. So I'm going to paste this here. We'll go back to that place when it comes up with the error message, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So you can see this has opened. You see, this is not opening. So if I click on this, you see this says HTTPS here. If I come to this guy here, you see it says not secure. So this one is using HTTP without the S. So that is what happens when you click on open address directly here. For those of you that have been having issues with your IP at your instances, not being able to connect to your instances. So let's get back to work. Now, so it says you are going to get this exact message, and now you have to choose settings. To choose settings, you have to extend expands this, then click on settings, and we can go back to using it this way. So you want to copy the endpoint here. You come to details, you come to show, you scroll down. Can you open? You scroll down and then copy this. So Control C. And then thank you, my dear. We want to come in here and paste the endpoint. Then the database is going to be inventory or keys. Thank you. The username is going to be admin, and the password is going to be lab password. And then we are going to save. And from here, our data should load. So it means that the application server is now able to connect to the database in another VPC, because all of this are from the database. And I think that is it. Very simple, easy peasy. We are done in 8 minutes. So I'm going to submit this now. Thank you, and see you in the next video. You may want to wait and see the grades anyways. I'm sure it's going to work, because I've not submitted this before. Yes, I've done it before. So I'm just going to refresh and refresh and refresh and refresh and refresh and refresh. And that's it. Bye.